Hi guys, today I'm going to try and explain the weapon mastery. I sort of mentioned it a couple of times before, but I didn't really take the time to explain it properly. So I'm going to try to do that today. And also, I will probably explain, essentially I will use the Handblaster weapon to explain the weapon masteries. I'll probably do it with one or two other weapons at some point to show the difference. Because each weapon Well, first, each weapon has its own combos, but also each weapon has its own weapon mastery combos, and depending on the weapon you're using, your weapon mastery combos will be different. So, so before I guess I will go to my other base where I have my training dummies. Okay, so let's go into the tree, the weapon trees, and let's look at our weapon. So essentially, you can see the hand blasters. Somehow, I never use the scissor kicks. I pretty much hate this ability. I'll try to show it to you at some point. So let's go back. So the very first combo you have with the hand blasters, it's essentially the hold square and the hold triangle. So the hold square is your interrupt. So let's try that again. It's pretty much pretty simple. You just jump forward and punch whatever you're targeting. And the whole triangle is this here. And the whole triangle is your block breaker. So if you see a turtle, you block break it with your triangle. It's that simple. Then the second combo you have is you hold the triangle twice. So hold and hold. Oh, sorry, I did it three times. So hold and hold. So essentially, you throw some sort of energy ball. It's an okay combo. It's not one I use a lot, but it's okay. It's not bad. Then you have the hold tap triangle. So you hold the triangle and you tap it. Hold the triangle and you tap it. Hold, tap. That's a pretty powerful attack, and the good thing is that it pretty much damages everything that's in front of you. So if there was multiple targets, all of them would be damaged. So the next one is the tap. So tap triangle, tap square, and there's also another one which is tap two triangles, tap the square. So let's try the first one. Tap triangle. Oh, sorry, I held the square. Sorry about that. Tap triangle, tap square, or two triangle and a square. So essentially, it's a it's pretty much a crowd, an attack that will target all the crowd in front of your character. It's not a bad ability, but it's not one I use all that much. But it's not bad. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Then we go to the two tap one hold. So essentially, you discharge your energy like that. Oh, it's a block breaker, but in the past, it used to pretty much block break the whole time you were doing this. But sadly, at some point they changed the power so that you only block break as you start doing the blast, like here, and that's the only time, and then you no longer block break. The sad thing though is that even though you're no longer block breaking, you can still be interrupted. So it's in FNL they often mention the risk versus reward thingy. Well, here it's for a long time it was high risk for very little reward, and so for the longest time I didn't use that anymore. When I first created the character, I would use this ability, this combo a lot, quite a lot. It was great against turtles. As long as your blast would get going, as soon as one of the guys would try to be a turtle, turtle is someone who keeps on spam blocking. So there are players who will go like this, like through the whole fight, or even some NPCs. Sometimes it feels, and there we go. So this was perfect to block break them. But then at some point they changed how the block break worked, but they did not change how the interrupt worked. So through the whole time you were doing that, essentially you would get interrupted. It was there was no escaping it. So for quite a long time I did not really use that combo anymore. And then they give it a bit of an upgrade. So I once in a while I'll use it. But essentially, one of the reasons why you end up using a lot of the combos at some point is that once you have weapon mastery, why use anything else? The weapon masteries combo are powerful enough that anything else is not worth it. But I'll show that a bit later. So and also we have our tap the square and hold the square, which is this here. There we go. Tap hold. Oh, wrong one. Tap hold. Tap hold. Essentially, when you hold, you do an area of effect attack. So pretty much everything around you will get affected by that attack. And the last but not least combo with the Handblaster is the two tap one hold. So let's try that. Tap tap. Oh no. Tap tap. Ah, come on. Oh, there we go. So it's a pretty essentially, as you can see, you can brawl pretty much with the hand blaster. Although technically it is considered a ranged weapon, it's still pretty good to brawl. So usually if I have characters who have energy, who should have like energy powers, and still be able to melee, hand blaster does a good job. So that's for the combos for this weapon. But then there's more than just the weapon combos. You have the weapon combos. There's the scissor kick that I should probably try and show it to you. Uh, let's do that. So let's show you the scissor kick. So it's 3 tap, 1 hold for the triangle, and you'll see what it does. 1, 2, 3, hold. As you saw, it creates this sort of ball of energy that you pretty much leap in the air to kick, like almost like a soccer ball. So it's not a bad ability in the sense that it does fairly decent damage. It's pretty easy to go. Oh, I have a little tail. Yeah, I hate when I do that. Which reminds me, I should probably do a video at some point about the chat box. Okay, so you saw the scissor kick, so I will just reset everything, my character the way it was. So essentially, skip weapons, Handblaster. Okay, so essentially, these are all the weapon combos you have just because of the Handblaster. And in order to be able to take the weapon mastery, you have to put in 21 points in that weapon. And once you have 21 points in that weapon, then you can put in you can select the weapon mastery button. I'm not sure how to properly explain that. But also, in addition to all the combos, well, you have various obviously you have various abilities, innate abilities. Like essentially, you have the critical attack chances. You can put up to 3 points in here, and each point will give you 1% to your critical attack chances. So once you put the 3 points in there, you'll have 3% the critical attack chances extra. And of course, you can do that for multiple weapons. So but eventually, if you take all the criticals, you could have, I don't know, 15, 20. I didn't do the math. I don't know exactly how many they are. But it does add up. So you can raise it with all your weapons. For the End Blaster, also, you could take some critical healing magnitude. Essentially, you're healing uh, when doing a critical with a healing power, it would do more healing. You can take extra health, 24 points of health extra for each point you put in here. And then you can put in extra dominance. Dominance is pretty good for the controllers and the tanks. So and then you have vitalization. You can put up to 6 points in vitalization. So again, that's good for the controller. You can put up to 6 points in power. It's only 8 points of power, but it adds up. Uh, you can increase your restoration, pretty good for the healer. And you can increase your precision, which is technically good for everyone, but it's mostly a DPS thing. And then at the bottom, I'll do the bottom first. At the bottom, you have your might and precision, where each point you put will give you 25 points of might, 25 points of precision. You can take that up to 3 times, so it's 75 points each. And also, you can take that with every weapon. So every weapon where you have 21 points or more, you can take those skills. So they will add up, and they will help making your character more powerful. Here you boost your restoration, which is good for healers. Here you boost your health and dominance. The health part is good for everyone. The dominance is pretty much more for the controller or the tank. And here you boost your power and vitalization. That's the power is good for everyone. The vitalization mostly good for the controller. Hi there. But it doesn't mean that you can't. Everyone technically everyone can put points in there, but depending on the role you prefer, some abilities are not that. It's not worth that much. Like if you're not playing a healer, yes, you can put points in restoration if you're playing a controller or a DPS. No one is stopping you, but it's not really worth it. So you may as well stick to the abilities that help your class the most. So and essentially, in order to be able, essentially the hand blaster will have brawling weapon mastery and bow weapon mastery. What does that mean? Is that in order to be able to take the brawling weapon masteries, again, you have to go to brawling. You have to take 21 points in brawling, and then, 20 points in brawling, sorry. And then the 21st, it's 21 points because the 21st point, you will take the weapon mastery itself, the brawling mastery. And once you take that, then you can take the Handblasters. You can go to Handblasters and take the 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 brawling masteries. So and again, you see the combo pretty easy. One tap on the square to hold, or two tap to hold. I will show them to you. So let's start with the tap hold. Okay, what am I doing wrong? Two hold. It's been a long day. So these are the two combo. Like this is the first one. Essentially, you tap once, you hold, and then you hold, and you pound the ground with your foot. Not sure how it's using your foot is brawling, but anyway. And then you get two tap, one hold, and you give a pretty big. Oh no, wrong one. Two tap to hold. So there you go. Again, pretty good. It makes your character even better at brawling. And that attack essentially will damage all the characters pretty much in front of you. It's not just a one target. It's pretty much everything in front of you. It will do an arc damage to all the characters in front of you. Uh, I once used a level 10 character to defeat three players that way. Essentially, I had created a character. I raised him up to level 10, sorry. And at level 10, what I did was I bought about 80 points worth of weapon masteries, of skill points, sorry. So I was able to take all the weapon masteries with that character. And at some point, I was jumped. I was jumped by a level 20, 20, 22, 24, and a level 30. And essentially, all I did was this, and holy crap, I killed half of them, and then I killed the other guy, the remaining guy with one more of these, and I took them by surprise. Yeah, essentially, they were trying to jump me, figuring that that's a poor level 10 guy. Will beat the crap out of him, and I literally took them by surprise, and they never saw it coming. So the weapon mastery is a pretty powerful tool, and it's pretty much pretty much mandatory, especially if you're playing a role. Uh, if you're playing a controller or a healer, even a tank. A tank, I'm not as sure because I've never played a tank in endgame. I only played controllers and healers in endgame content. So you pretty much need the weapon mastery to do enough damage. And depending on there seems to be this cycle. At some point, they'll make changes, and you'll do more damage or less damage or more damage. Like before weapon mastery, usually a DPS would do about 4 times my damage. Uh, and once they introduced weapon mastery, holy crap! I was doing as much damage as most DPS, and often I would do more damage than most DPS, and that lasted for quite a while. And that was when I was in tank mode, in troll mode, sorry. So that lasted for a while, and then at some point they made a bunch of changes again. Well, at some point they added the what is known as the awesome mechanic or the advanced mechanic, if you prefer. And once they added the advanced mechanic, then it was back to DPS doing 4 times my damage, and the really good one will do 10 times my damage. So so there's this weird cycle, and it changes from as the game evolves. So, but still, weapon mastery I would recommend it to everyone. And let's go see now the bow mastery. Again, it's pretty much it's the same thing. Like you have to go to bow, you put in 20 points. With the 21st point, you take the bow mastery, and then you go back to Handblasters, and you take your bow attack. So it's pretty much hold, tap, hold, and a 3 hold. So let's try that. Hold, tap, hold. Let's try again. Hold, tap, hold. It's a pretty powerful attack, and we don't really see it right now with the training dummies, but essentially it does an area of effect damage. So around it hits the target, the sparring target, but if there was other NPCs around it, it would hit all of them. Hi there, thanks for joining us. So that's the first one, and the other one was I'm starting to suffer from Alzheimer, I think. A 3 hold. So you hold, you hold. Oh no, that was it. Okay, hold, hold, hold. Nope. If you're off in your timing, it will not work, as you can see. So here we go again. Hold, and hold. No, no. So I did a tap instead of the hold. Some combos will come more naturally than others. So as you can see, like this one comes very naturally to me. It's pretty much the one I use all the time. It's because as I explained at some point, like essentially this is the one I use at range all the time, and this is the one I use in melee pretty much all the time. So once you gain access to those two combos, pretty much everything else becomes redundant or superfluous. So it's sad, but that's pretty much how it is. So that's pretty much it. And then you have let me explain it properly. Hopefully, oh no, that was it. Essentially, with your weapon mastery combos, okay. Essentially, what happens is that if you execute the weapon mastery combo and then cast a power, depending on your role, it will have a different effect. Essentially, it would increase the power's chances to crit by 360%, and it also increases the critical damage significantly. How much? I have no idea. And depending on the heal, well, they pretty much do all the same thing. Like if you use a superpower at the moment of the ground impact, it will decrease the superpower's cost. It does that with every powers. Not sure why they rolled that 3 times as opposed to writing I don't know, healer, controller, and tank, and then writing the description only once. There's probably a reason somewhere, but anyways. So essentially, what that means is that first, if you execute your combo properly, first you will have a chance to crit, a much bigger chance to crit, and second, your power will cost you a lot more to cast. So you will save power. You will not use as much power with if you execute your combo properly. So if you go like this and then execute your power, you saw that those rings of energy around my character. Essentially, that was me executing the combo properly. I pretty much am a weapon mastery user because I almost always play as a row. But even then, even when I'm in DPS row, I still will use weapon mastery, especially depending on the powers I'm using. Like with some DPSs, I could probably like in the case of this character, I could pretty much go all day just doing this and never stop and never need to use the weapon mastery. Uh, the thing I've noticed is that if this is all I do, I don't do quite as much damage as if I do this. And then execute one weapon mastery combo. And then start the cycle again. Somehow, when I do this, I do more damage than if I just do the advanced mechanic by itself. I can't properly explain why. It's just that enemy seems to die faster when I alternate between weapon mastery and the powers, as opposed to if I just do the powers or just the weapon mastery. But that's as when I'm in a DPS role. But in troll role, essentially this is useful for whenever I want to use a power. I'll do a combo and then I'll start my oh, I missed it. I'll use okay, there we go. Sometimes the timing is off or there's a bit of latency that kind of throw off the timing. So essentially, usually I will be attacking with my weapon mastery combo, and then as needed, I will cast a power. And you see each time the rings are appearing. That's telling me that essentially I'm doing. Oh, I missed it. Essentially, I'm using less power than if I was not doing the weapon mastery. So at some point you sort of fall into a rhythm where you do your attacks, and as you attack, at some point you queue in your power. Of course, there are times when I've seen many players who were so busy being in their weapon mastery combo that they forgot to they forget sometimes to heal or to give power or and also you should not be afraid to interrupt your combo. Like yes, it's better if you go like this and then execute the combo properly. That's the best option. But if your group is dying and they're about to be killed and you need to interrupt the enemies, then stop your combo and then cast the power to save your friends and save your group. Don't mindlessly keep on doing your combo. You're going to get your group killed. So and also like for example like mass levitate. Not only lifts the enemy in the air, but also it's a good block breaker. I didn't know that until very recently. I block broke Hal Jordan using it, and I realized that holy crap, it's a block breaker as well. It might be even explained in the description and I just never noticed. Let's go check just for fun. Holding them. It says that it levitates your enemy, damage, stunning, holding them. Dazes enemy, making them vulnerable to dazing effect. Amplify resonance, return to the normal beginning new cycle. Damage increased by amplified resonance. So it doesn't say that it's a block breaker, but the clue I guess is the little symbol above my character's head. Like you can see that little circle with the cross in it. That's the symbol saying that, oh, I'm block breaking him. So I guess that was the clue all along, which I never noticed, and it's only when I was, and it usually doesn't really matter. Like usually this will block break most players, so that's pretty much how I block break anyway. But now I know that this does too, so it's good to know. So essentially, if you're in the middle of your combo and your levitate would save your group or at least some of the players in your group. Don't mindlessly stay in your combo. Don't be afraid to say screw the combo and to use your power when you need it. Like if a group member is about to die, you don't wait for him to finish your combo to start healing him. You heal him right away. Or if your group is low on power, again you don't wait to finish your combo. You give them power right away. So as you see, at some point you find some sort of rhythm, and but sometimes yes, you mess up. It happens. If you mess up, it's not the end of the world. You still even if you don't execute the combo perfectly in order to get the critical bonus with the power, you still do quite a lot of damage with your weapon mastery. So if you get the critical, fine. If you don't get it, don't worry. And it does. I know it does seem simple, but it does take some practice to properly execute it. I remember I had some friends who just could not do it at first, and they were telling me that the game was bugged, or it was broken, and the weapon mastery wasn't working, and I had to go right next to him and okay, let's try it. Then we would try it together, and I would show him that no, oh, I messed up, and then I would show him that come on. So I would show him like, no, it works fine. Look, and essentially I would do the combo right next to him. I would tell him to try to follow me, do it at the same rhythm and at the same time as I did. And at some point, oh, he would be able to do the combo. So so just one last time to make sure that it's clear because I'm not sure if it's sometimes it may seem clear, but it's not necessarily. So essentially, what you do is that you go to your skills, and when you assign your skill, you assign 20 points to Handblaster. So 1 point, and the first one counts. So essentially, the first point you add, that's the second point. So 2 points, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we have 20 points assigned here. So as you saw, when I did put my 20th point, this little thingy became lighter. So now I can put a point in here. And if you go down, like right now I cannot put points in here. But as soon as I will put 1 point in here, there we go. I can start putting points down here once I did that. Also, be careful because there are a power requirement. So in order to be able to take weapon mastery, not only do you have to put in 21 points, 20 points, sorry, but you also need to make sure that you take fist slam, uppercut, solar flame, and meteor blast. So fist slam is where's so you have to take fist slam, uppercut, uh, solar flame or solar meteor blast and solar flame. So you also need those powers in order to be able to take the combo. And then once you want to have the ground pound mastery and the haymaker mastery, essentially the brawling masteries, then you have to do the same. You have to go into the brawling. You have to have one, two, three, four, and also you have requirements. Yeah, you need a back fist and a haymaker. But just a trick for the brawling. Essentially, if you do the cross like this, you will have all the requirements. So essentially, the punt is not required. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And here's lucky number, and I'll put it like that. Here's lucky number 20. And then you have access to the Brawling Mastery, so you take it. And once you take the Brawling Mastery, as you can see, it unlocks the bottom row. And then you can come back to Handblaster, and holy crap, the Ground Pound Mastery is available, and the Haymaker Mastery is available. So that's good to know. And then you can do the same with the bow. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think you need the finishing volley. Let's check. Nope. No finishing volley. Okay, so for the bow, you don't need the finishing volley. Essentially, you need the middle row and the left row. The reason why I wouldn't put any points in finishing volley, unless you plan to use the bow at some point, then put points in it. But if you don't plan to use the bow ever, don't waste a point in finishing volley because it has no innate abilities. So instead of wasting 1 point on finishing volley, you may as well take an extra point in critical attack chance or an extra point of precision. So you may as well go that way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm putting the points here, but it could easily be here. 18, 19, 20. Oh no, that was not 20. That should be 20. So once you have your 20 points here again, and again it's anywhere. As I said, it doesn't have to be necessarily this whole row. It can be the bottom row here as well. As long as you have the weapons, the skill requirements. So in this case, like you need a kick up launcher, you need a bow slam, you need trick shots, you need flurry shots. So as long as you have those, then you're fine. So once you have your 20 points, you put 1 point in the bow. And again, if you go to the bottom row, once you put the point in bow mastery, then you gain access to these skills. And then you come back to End Blaster, and there you go. You can take the explosive shot mastery, and you can take the fling mastery. And as you can see, they also have requirement. Like it requires both Handblaster Mastery, Bow Mastery, and Arrow Fling. So you need all those to be able to take that combo. The same here, Handblaster Mastery, Bow Mastery, and Explosive Shot. So that's pretty much how you can get the weapon masteries. So let's go back to our troll. And let's go field test it with a mission or two. It might make a bit more sense if you see me do a mission like that. So let's go do the urgent warfront missions. I didn't do them. Or the new Genesis. Oh yeah, let's go do new Genesis. So here we have to talk to our little friend over here. She gives us a mission, and let's get started. Sometimes I'll do it as a DPS, sometimes I'll do it as a troll, sometimes I'll mix and match as needed. So let's see. So let's start with what's the first rule? We start with the power over time, and then we get our weapon mastery going. So as you can see, you do your weapon mastery, and then with the power, if you chain your power correctly, you will manage to do your critical. Of course, sometimes you don't really have the time to do your weapon mastery. Sometimes you have to on the fly. You have to do another power on the fly. And as you saw, you tried to block, but my weapon mastery is pretty much a block breaker. I did mention before how I pretty much became a spam block breaker. So nowadays I don't even think about it anymore. I spam block break all the time because that's the habit I took through 4 years of playing this universe. And see, I missed my shot. It happens. Sometimes your timing is a tiny bit off, or sometimes it could be just a tiny bit of lag. So, and now I'm putting back my my lightning. I did it before, just before it would have gone out. But at this point, don't worry about it. So again, you start with your power over time, and then you do your weapon mastery. Here it'll be a bit trickier because I wasn't able to get just one of them. See, I had to do my power right away. I could not really wait for the weapon mastery. And sometimes, as you saw, that wasn't really the attack I was planning to do, but sometimes even if you mess up your attack, you can end up doing another combo instead. At first, it may be confusing a bit, but once you start knowing the combos enough, you can pretty much chain the combos, and even if you mess up, chain a different combo, even if it wasn't the one you were originally planning to take, it'll still work out in the end. And as you see, they also when you're just fighting the sparring dummies, it's one thing, but the enemies, unlike the sparring dummies, the enemies will interrupt you, or they will juggle you or block break you or whatever. So doing it against the dummies is one thing. Doing it in the game, it's another thing. But you get used to it. You get the hang of it, and it's not something you do on your first day. As you play through the game, as you progress, you learn and you get better. Take into account that it took me. I've been playing for 4 years now, so it took me 4 years to reach this point. And there we go. Like sometimes I'll finish him off with the Handblast, as you saw. Like you can see, he did block while I was doing this ability, and since he blocked after my window to block break him, but here I did the power just as he was blocking, so I was able to block break him. So I started using that power that combo again, even though I hadn't been using it for a long time. But I'll admit, depending on the situation, I'll probably, if I can, I'll probably go for a weapon mastery first instead. Also, you don't have to do just one power at a time. Sometimes what I will do is that I will let's say do the weapon mastery with one power and then cast another power because let's say someone in the group really needs power. I will not go through the whole weapon mastery combo before giving him power. I will try to give him power right now. So let's say I could. So let's say if by the time I'm done with my combo, I realize that oh Johnny needs power, I could chain my two powers at the same time to give him more power in one shot. So it's part of what I was mentioning at some point is that don't be a slave to always trying to do your combo, your power, your combo, your power. Sometimes you have to mix and match, and you have to react quickly, faster than the actual combo allows you to. So sometimes you just have to say, okay, and, I don't have enough time to do the combo. So don't be afraid uh, to use more than just one power after your combo. Even though yes, you will not get any bonuses for the second power you're going to use, but you don't need to. So here you can see like the hand blast, the blast works pretty well, and I'm going to be able to show you the melee. Like this is the standard combo. Oh, he blocked me. But this is the weapon mastery combo. It's one more move to execute. It used to do a lot more damage, but it was nerfed a couple of times. So now it's not my first choice if I need to use a combo. But if I'm in melee with an enemy, that's the combo I will use. And as you can see, some of the combos, like some of the earlier combos, are part of the weapon mastery combo. Like this one, it was a pretty good combo, even before weapon mastery. But now it's part of the weapon mastery combo. So there's no real reason to just go like this and stop. If you started doing that combo, you might as well go all the way and do the weapon mastery one. Unless you get interrupted or some such thing, there's no real reason to stop the combo halfway through. But there's combos like this one that I almost never use because essentially when you do that, you're stuck in that animation for a few seconds, and if you need to react quickly, it could get you into trouble. This one is okay when you have multiple opponents around you. But then again, there's no real reason once you start doing that combo, like here. Come on. Once you start doing that combo, there's no real reason not to finish with the weapon mastery combo. The same here. Like essentially, you can go just like this. Oh, okay. You can go just like this, but why stop there? Might as well go all the way and finish the combo. Again, unless you have to react on the fly to something that's happening, uh, there's no real reason to stop. This is a pretty nice area. And you have various missions. Like this is just one of the missions that you can do in this area. Essentially, if you look at the map, you'll see that we're just in a tiny part of the map, but there's a lot of other missions all around the map. So it's a nice place to get even though it's the same area, you can get a nice change of pace doing different missions. Oh, he's going to jump me. The only problem also with the weapon masteries is that while you're doing your combos, you don't have as much mobility. Again, you'll see many people who are so focused on doing their weapon mastery combos that they'll forget sometimes they'll stand in a pool of fire and they will remain there, and they'll forget to, oh yeah, maybe I should move out of the fire. So again, if oh, little, our friend activated the bomb right next to us. So again, if you're stuck in the middle of a fire, don't stay there doing your weapon mastery combo. Move out of there. Sometimes people will be so consumed with doing their weapon masteries that they'll forget to get out of the way. So weapon mastery is awesome. It really is. Uh, but don't get lost in it. Don't try don't try so much to do it that you forget to do anything else. It's something that I've seen many players do. Like I've seen healers who were so focused on their weapon masteries and doing damage, they forgot they were supposed to heal. And once you get used to it, you'll see that you'll see that ring of light quite often as you do your combos. We have a little friend here. See, I messed up my combo again. but no biggie. We'll get. Oh, okay. Sometimes there's a bit of lag or latency that throws off your timing. It's hard to explain. Okay, apparently. There we go. Is it because the world is shutting down in 30 minutes? It could be, but probably not. So sometimes sometimes your timing will be off for some reason, and you have no idea why. Sometimes it's obvious, like if there's some lag, you'll know that okay, there's too much lag. I can't execute my combo at the correct time. But sometimes you don't know why. Sometimes the controls will feel a bit sluggish, for lack of a better word. So you'll feel like there's something preventing you from executing your combo properly. But sometimes it's hard to pinpoint why. Sometimes it could just be that you're getting a bit tired. If you've been playing for an hour, 5 hours, 25 hours, if you've been playing for a while, uh, whether you like to admit it or not, sometimes you get tired and you don't perform quite as well. It happens. And we only have one more enemy to defeat and we'll be done here. So let's do just that. And there we go. So that was pretty much it for the Handblasters and the Weapon Mastery. I'll probably do the Weapon Masteries with other weapons to show the difference. And also I will probably do a video about mental powers at some point. I'm not sure if I'll do one like mental controller and then mental DPS, or just one mental period and regroup everything in that video. I'll decide later, I guess. I'll play it by ear. So I've got my little box with my treasure, and holy crap! So I got the same mask twice, and I got a base item. Just to be sure, I know the answer, but so essentially it's this new loot system that we have. So I have a level 98 mask, of course, and a base item. Usually I'll go check what mask do I have. 112. So I don't really need the mask, but I don't really need the base item either. But I'll take the base item anyways. So let's consume it, and there we go. Oh, I got something else too. Some shells. Why not? Never hurts. Oh, yeah, well, we'll go to another character. And let's repair and sell. So as usual, you get a truckload of junk. That's pretty much useless. But let's repair. So that pretty much was it for the Handblasters and the Weapon Mastery. I hope you guys maybe learned a thing or two. And even if you didn't, I hope you enjoyed yourself. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.